Hi, I'm TappyToeClaws. I am normally a lot louder of a dinosaur, and I play that card game you like, or like don't like. I'm not your dad.
I'm UgoAndCosplay, and I'm quite a newbie when it comes to Magic, but not a newbie when it comes to cosplay.
I don't know. I'm just a weirdo who likes to play dress up. Like, I never grew out of it as a child.
I mean, that sounds quite familiar. I think we're both just, I mean, younger, I'm just a nerd, right? We're just like big nerds, and this just seemed a natural, logical step, really. So by the time we see it's available, it's like, yeah, I'll do that. And you just find that there's lots of other people who do it. So.
Well, like Halloween is the best holiday. Why not Halloween all the time?
All the time, there you go.
Yeah, because it's kind of different. Like, making costumes is a very different thing from like wearing them and like being the character. Like I know some people who really enjoy like the making of a thing. I enjoy having made a thing, not the actual. I kind of just like curse and hate myself through the process, and then hopefully it ends up okay. If anybody's new to cosplay, there's always a step where it looks good as an idea in the beginning, and then there's the uncanny valley of everything is bad, it's never going to get done, I don't know how to do anything, and I hate everything but mostly myself. And then it's good. That's how it's a process.
The annoying thing is, I like the process, but it's more, I like the end result, but during the actual process, it's just kind of, why did I choose to do this? And yeah, but it's like you say, I think with creatives, right, we have a kind of a perfectionist sort of a state with it, right? So it's easy to get lost in that and just, you know, it's art and there are lots of different interpretations to it and you can improve on it. And so you often have to remind yourself of that, like, all the time, right?
Well, and especially too, another tip for anyone who like thinks that they should, you know, get into this or wants to, or is like really intimidated. Like, I promise, like, no one will see most of your mistakes. Like, the average person is just gonna think you're cool because you have armor and a wig on. Like, this is a bad example because this one is actually like really good, but I have a lot of costumes that like, they look good from 6 feet away and in the pictures that I took, and otherwise don't ask me how it goes on or where the seams are or how it attaches or how comfortable it is, because the answer is not.
The easiest way though is to ask any cosplayer with armor to look the other side of the armor. And you know, you'll see the duct tape, you'll see all the random things. This is actually a good looking one. This one is actually, this is actually good. This is a bad example because this has been done really well. But in general, so I do Iron Man armors as well, and you see the inside of those. They are, you know, surviving by, you know, tears.
Hot glue and hope.
Exactly, and you know, the ends of rainbows and things. So yeah, and it just happens, but you just improve as you keep going on, right?
And yeah, like I feel like on every costume and every project, I like by the end of it, I know 16 ways that I could have done it better. And so like, you can't let perfect be the enemy of good, or especially letting perfect be the enemy of done. Sometimes it just needs to be done.
Exactly, yeah, taking small steps. When it comes to cosplay, it depends on what people decide to spend their time on, right? So if people want to spend their time and to get good with something, you can learn. There are so many places to learn. Besides from friends and things like that.
YouTube is great.
YouTube, right? Things like that. I learned to build armor, foam armor from YouTube, and that's because of a specific thing I wanted to do. If I want clothes, then I'm going to either just put clothes together and glue them together, or you know, or ask someone to do it, commission someone else to do it, right?
Or you can get a trade sometimes. Like if you're like, well, like or like Ugo, like, can you make me this armor pad if I can like sew your thing or whatever. And yeah, also like if you just want to wear something and you don't want to have to make it, just buy it. Like, I mean, it's definitely one of those things that like it exists on the triangle of like, you can have two, you can have fast, good, or you have fast, good, or cheap. And you can have two. You can never have all three. So like there is that. Obviously, like it ranges from, you can go to Spirit Halloween and get like a $40 costume, or you can commission somebody like this and it's going to be $1,500. Like, so like it's gonna be different, and like, because again, especially like if I ever commission something, I know how expensive that is, and also I don't usually want to do it. So like I'm happy to give, you know, to properly pay creators for what they're doing.
Exactly. You can also kind of jumpstart by buying things like the whole lot, right? So, you know, for example, if you could buy a whole Superman suit and it's all, you know, patterned in and whatnot, but then you decide, okay, I'm going to make the belt. And you decide to just do that one part and you put it over it, and you've done one part. And then maybe decide you want to make the S. And so you do that one and put it on. So it doesn't stop you from just buying the suit outright and starting off cosplaying and then gradually improving.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Or like even just like modifying off of things. Like again, like there's no reason for Ugo to make pants.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like that's exactly what I did.
I don't think I've ever like made. Well, I've made a few pairs of pants, but usually I try not to make pants for costumes.
Right.
Or I just don't wear pants.
Yeah.
So.
And so I would then, when you're kind of thrifting, trying to find things that you can use to put together, I tend to buy things that maybe I can wear outside of cosplay as well, so that the money is still kind of useful. My Heimdall cosplay, right? My cloak is curtains.
Yep.
I literally bought curtains, and you know, and then you just take out the threading, make it look as worn as possible, and things like that. And so you could just do simple things. Don't have
Curtains,
to learn to
bed sheets, tablecloths.
Exactly.
I made a Strixhaven costume, and the sleeves are from a shower curtain.
There you go.
So
that's awesome.
It's
I like that.
You can use all kinds of like weird stuff too. Obviously, like this is a professional. Thermoplastic over like foam and stuff, but I mean you could do it with cardboard, you could do it with like, you know, milk jugs that you could like work on. So there's kind of plenty of different places to get in on it, and there's also like no wrong way to do it.
Exactly.
Like, and nobody like, you don't have to compete. If you just want to like, I actually don't really like competing just because it usually takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like it's like your whole Saturday.
Yeah.
Whereas like I just want to be a weird nerd with my friends in a wig and like, you know, a costume. So.
Yeah. I just like doing photos and videos with friends. And it's like, you know,
you're very good at it though. Like you're like always freaking on the social media.
Yeah.
I'm like, did anybody take a picture of me today? I totally forgot.
I like to be the one that helps people to make sure they get certain photos and videos and make themselves look cool.
Like it's so fun. And like so it's in addition to like the, you know, relationships you have with other cosplayers, we have like so many, just hundreds per day of like interactions with fans. And it's funny because some people know who I am, like they're like, oh, Tappy, and like the fact that I'm in a costume is just incidental. But other people are like, oh my God, you're Chandra. Can you take a picture like throwing fire at me? Or like kids a lot of the time will run up and they'll be like, mom, she has red eyes. It's always children who are like really excited about it, which is great because I love when little kids like, sometimes they're really worried, and then sometimes you just get this like precocious little hellion who that was me when I was a kid. So like this is not denigrating.
So you know how to deal with those.
And they'll run right up to you and be like, oh my gosh, you're so cool. Oh my, So it's incredible.
No, kids make the biggest impact. I love, especially if kids are like, if they're kind of shy and things like that. Love to, you know, take them out of their shell, kind of thing, because you kind of understand how they're feeling, and this kind of it brings it out. I have to say, being a newbie to the Magic community, the camaraderie between whether it's cosplayers or players alike, you know, organizers, is really strong. And I've been in lots of other Comic Cons before, and we like the strong cosplay communities, but there's something a little different about this that I found, and everyone is just really incredibly nice to each other. Everyone's concerned about, are you drinking enough water? Are you gonna be okay? Are you, let me help you hold this and things. It's really obvious here. So I've really enjoyed that. Like, so I'm really glad I'm back.
I am too. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
And you got to see Vegas.
And I got to see Vegas. Yeah. For the times when, you know, my eyes were open. Yeah, it's been amazing. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, we gelled together really well. Like everyone in the group, everyone was extremely helpful. You know. Everyone wants everyone to be included, make sure that everyone has some kind of plan and whatnot, helping each other with their cosplays. And
like I can't get into this by myself, so I need somebody to like, you know, cinch me up.
I like helping people with their photos and things like that, and like, you know, people get some good content together and stuff, and it's cool. It's really good. Like I said, I'm a newbie, and Magic is its whole other world, even besides cosplay. And I've always loved cosplay as it is, but the difference here is people trying to make cosplays of characters that they're seen in cards based on descriptions or books and things like that. Absolutely amazing. And it's a different world compared to other kinds of cosplay they've done before.